The first bike of demo days. We are on the new Chief Vintage from Indian Motorcycle on their 125th anniversary year, America's 250th anniversary year. This is a awesome bike. I'm going to show you guys everything about this bike. We're going to pull over up here after we take a little ride. I'm going to walk around, show you the features. There's not too much. They stripped it down, gave it a vintage look, but there are some cool features, some design choices, and some tech features we'll go over. And we're going to cover the power, the handling, the performance, all the great stuff about this motorcycle. So welcome to the Indian Chief Vintage. If you guys have been around my channel and seen other test rides, you know the first thing I always talk about is comfort. If a bike's not comfortable, you're not going to want to ride it, and I am absolutely shocked because my first impression looking at this bike, as you guys probably saw in the thumbnail, and as you can, well, as you'll see in the walk around, it does not look comfortable. That was my first impression. I'm like, wow. Okay, the seat is probably going to be hard as a rock. This is going to be a little uncomfy, but we're going to do the test ride anyway. I am insanely surprised, like genuinely surprised at how comfortable this is. Even the guys back at the demo area, they're like, you're going to get on the seat and you're going to be shocked. And I am. The seat is very comfortable. It doesn't look like it should be, but it is. The handlebars come back nicely. You're in a very upright riding position. This is not like the Sport Chief where you're a little bit leaned forward, just a little bit. It's not like a Scout where you're leaned forward quite a bit. This is actually a very relaxed, comfortable riding position. I'm genuinely impressed. I've never been more shocked and more happy to be wrong about an initial impression of a bike in my life, as far as looking at it and going, oh, there's no way that's going to be comfortable. Handlebars in a great spot. We got big floorboards down here. Lots of room for your feet. Very comfortable. There's no heel shifter on this. I got to get used to that. Coming off of my bike riding all day yesterday, I got to remember there's no heel shifter on the demo bikes. Very comfortable ride. You've got cruise control for the highway here. Let's kick it on here. Very nice. So once you got that cruise control on, you can just relax a little bit more. You don't have to be quite as up front on that throttle. Relax your hands just a little bit. I'm going to do something rare. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 on comfort. That's a rare mark for me. Usually I give 9 out of 10. There's always room for improvement, but genuinely, I have no critiques. I have no marks against the comfort on this thing. I'm shocked, especially because of that seat. Oh, well, good to know the sheriff is going past me faster than I am, so I'm not worried about a ticket there. Sweet. Let's talk about power now that we're out on the highway. We're currently in sport mode. Oh, there's another state trooper. With ride command up here, I don't think I can switch and just change the modes right now, but we are currently in sport mode. Is there something on my screen to indicate that? I don't think so. Oh yeah, right down there in the bottom right corner it says sport mode. Lots of power, lots of torque. We're sitting on top of 120 foot-pounds of torque here on the Indian Thunderstroke, award-winning Thunderstroke 116 engine. It is an amazing engine. I've got a Thunderstroke 111 in my Chieftain. It's been great for, how many years have I owned that thing now? 8 years. Wow. 8 years I've had the Chieftain, guys. And the Thunderstroke has been amazing. The 116, a little bit bigger, a little more power. Engine decel and braking, very smooth, doesn't jerk, doesn't grab, doesn't throw you around, even in sport mode. It's very, very, very smooth, even dropping down here into first. The guy's turning. Power's great. If you guys know anything about India and the Thunderstroke engines, they are phenomenal. Absolutely great engines. We're going to pull over right here, do a little walk around of the motorcycle, and show you guys just how cool this sucker looks. I like that at the demo days they put these little stickers here. Gives me a little cheat sheet. 721 pounds, curb weight as shipped, 4-gallon tank. DualShock, smartphone compatible input. That's with your 4-inch ride command display, which is touchscreen. And you also have handlebar controls up here, but we'll get to the screen in a minute. There she is, the 2026 Indian Chief Vintage. Hey everyone, Future Editing MOTOBLADE here. If you guys have enjoyed this video so far, it would mean a lot to me if you would click that subscribe button. I'm trying to reach 100,000 subscribers by the end of next year, and so if you would do that, it would mean a lot to me. I'd really appreciate it. Okay, thanks, bye. Great looking motorcycle. I love how we're going back to the clamshell front fender. I had that on my original Chief. Great looking bike. They went with some classic choices with the coloring on the engine, on the heads, and on the choice to go from like the internal shock to the external mounted shocks, giving it more of a vintage look. There's that seat. Let's talk about this. This does not look like it should be comfortable, like at all. You see Saddleman seats or Mustang seats, comfortable stuff that's really thick with foam and, you know, all the latest tech and gel, and it doesn't look like that should be comfortable, but it is. And I've never been more pleasantly surprised at comfort on a bike before. I'm just genuinely in shock. I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record, but it is so surprisingly comfortable. I'm impressed. We've got ABS. You guys can always tell you got the ABS ring back there. Got it up front here too. We've got the light up Indian head on the front. I think I may have to have the engine running to actually get that on. Let's pop her into neutral here for a second. Fire it up. Maybe I have to turn the running lights on. Let's take a look. It's on. It's just bright out, so you can't really tell. But it is on. We've got LED lights all the way around. Great looking bike. And of course, that beautiful 116 on the air filter there. She's a little dirty. I must not be the first one out on her this morning. Great looking motorcycle. All right, let's talk about the tech features. Looking at the tech features, we've got the Indian Ride Command 4-inch display. Obviously no speakers or anything on board here. So what do we have? Well, you've got your gauges, and there's multiple screens, so you can see it in different ways, different information, and your current ride info, and you've got GPS navigation built in. Now, you compare your phone to this, and if you do, you will see your music or phone calls pop up on the screen, but you have to have an integrated Bluetooth system in your helmet, obviously, because there's no speakers. Cruise control, buttons to control Ride Command are back here on the back side of your handlebars if you're not familiar with Indian, so you can just relax your hands here, and right where your index fingers just naturally fall, you've got buttons to work through the screens, so you can be completely hands-free from the screen. Keep your hands on the handlebars while riding. All good for safety. You've got music controls, like I mentioned, over here. If we go to that map again, you also have a button over here to zoom out on the map. And depending on what your level is, I think they have a Ride Command Plus subscription now. You can get stuff like live traffic, live weather, that sort of thing. Very cool little display. Takes all the tech of Ride Command from the bigger bikes, packs it into a smaller form factor. All the information you need without being overly distracting. I like having a little navigation right there just for when you need it. Don't always need it, but it's nice to have. All right, let's talk about the handling now that we've covered comfort and performance. This bike, obviously being much lighter than the touring bikes, handles quite nicely. You don't have all the weight of a fork-mounted fairing up front or the weight of all the touring features. Feels pretty light, feels pretty nimble. Feels like I could safely and quickly change lane position if you're in like left, need to go to center because of a squirrel, pothole, neighbor kid. Cats we don't worry about, we just, you know, rev up a little bit for them. But feels very nimble, very light for maneuvering. It's not exactly tail of the dragon up through here, but it is twisty, it is windy, and it's very, very pretty. It's early morning. I wish there was a little more sunshine for you guys. Indian makes, in my personal opinion, some of the best handling motorcycles ever. They're comfortable. The handlebars are usually good. I've only ever been uncomfortable really on one, and that was the FTR. But that was a very different style of bike, the Flat Track Racer 1200. Very cool bike, just not my style. But as far as cruisers go, very comfortable. Indian has great ergonomic design. The big floorboards. These floorboards are so much bigger, at least to my personal feeling, than what you get on a Harley. You have so much room. I can always just like move my foot around, reposition it, and I've never fallen off the edge. You know, like I can space my feet out wider without feeling like I'm dangling over the edge of the footboard or going to catch a edge of my boot when I'm going through a turn. Very sweet. Feels very light. And that may just be coming off the Chieftain, but it feels very, very good. Let's talk about styling. Obviously, with the vintage style, they were going for that iconic Indian look. Brings back vibes of the old world's fastest Indian. All the old great Indians from the early 1900s. We were America's first motorcycle. We are America's first motorcycle. In this America's 250th anniversary and Indian's 125th, vintage is something to be proud of. Great iconic Indian head badging on the center console here. Great looking bike in my opinion. I like the clamshell front fender. I like that we've gone back to that. My old 2015 Chief had that. Then they updated the Chief with the redesign, went away from it, and now we're bringing it back, and it looks great. And the seat looks classic. It looks so cool, and it's comfortable, so points all around on the seat. Well done by Indian. I've never been more shocked or surprised by a stock seat. I'm gonna keep saying that. It is so good. Absolutely great job. So if you guys are into the vintage style, this is the bike for you. Indian made it specifically for you guys. Looks great, rides great, great power, performance, handling, all that good stuff, and comfortable. So stinking comfortable. Very, very, very happy with Indian and the job they did on this. Great job, guys. One last thing I forgot to mention back during the styling section is I'm not sure about the other colorways that they have for this bike. Whoa, they have clear cut that hill since last year. That's new. But I'm not sure about what the other colorways are on this motorcycle, so I will put those up on the screen for you guys. I'll get them off of Indian's website and their media kit and show you guys what color options there are for the Chief Vintage this year. That's gonna do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I rode my Indian across the country a couple times, got lots of videos touring America, going to national parks, and lots of test ride videos. So stay tuned for more videos coming from Indian's 2026 lineup. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, ride safe, ride on. I'll catch you on the next video.